Hi, I love you. I hope you're keeping love in your heart and letting your heart nourish your mind with beautiful thoughts of a loving life and a loving energy that can radiate outward so that we can have a loving community. You are beautiful. You deserve calm inside of your soul. You deserve peace of mind. You deserve to put your confidence in however you believe. Hold your faith firm, steadfast within your beliefs, and let your beliefs give you calmness inside of your mind and calmness inside of your heart. These kinds of times, they call for a huge challenge, and they call you from the depths of your being to be here. That's the one simple, tried, and true message: to be here and let your muscles relax. Let your body be aware of the tension. If there is any tension in the body, to put your attention on that part of your body and feel the contraction, letting go, releasing. I put my confidence in, and then insert your belief. You are in a free country, probably, if you see this message, where you're allowed to choose what nourishes your being in a way that inspires you to be original. Ingenuity pours out of that inspiration, and you are what you are intended to be in the beautiful firmament of creation. You are a reflection of that infinite beauty. Let your stillness be the authorship of your day. We are a team. We have intentions that we choose with our thoughts, and our thoughts filter from the love that is in our hearts. Perhaps the ideas of what can be done during this time, instead of only getting into particular habits of drinking or any kind of repetition that is of a habitual behavior that's very repetitive, like going toward drinking, where the intoxication becomes the juice that you want to satisfy yourself with. There is a beautiful temperance that can be reached for drinking, and you can be responsible in that, but also having a variety, a cornucopia, like a Thanksgiving, where your table has all of these other ideas of exercise, activities that enrich you. Like, you go to a zoo and you see these contraptions that the tigers and other mammals go to entertain themselves and enrich their playfulness. Finding those activities and having a variety of them. Like a garden, we want not just one flower, but a whole bunch of flowers. And those are exercise, reading, painting, drawing, coloring. Perhaps look back, what did I do as a kid? Did I play with building blocks? Did I enjoy placing things on top of one another like an architect or an engineer. Go toward what activities you made joy with as a child, and perhaps it's not just nostalgia, perhaps it's unearthing the for whatever circumstances pulled you away from that joy. You can bring back the joy and reseed it into the soil of your life, giving yourself joy and bringing yourself back to this moment, as there is such a temptation to be pulled away, pulled from your body, pulled from your body, and letting your mind and the fears of the mind lead you to all of these hypothetical questions. What's my future going to be like? Where are the things going to meet the deadline of the other things? And all of these abstract concepts. You can just be aware that your mind is beautifully tooled to be able to receive transmissions from your heart, from love. Love, that's what gives us our aspirations to make our society better, to make ourselves better, to make the hopes and dreams of our children better. That's the beauty of being able to use our minds productively, and being aware of that temptation of, if you're always inside all day, your mind may wander to the what ifs, and you can also take those and turn them around into creative thoughts. Like perhaps you wrote stories, you loved writing stories to your elementary teachers once upon a time. Get back into writing some short stories, with no intention other than to explore, free of judgment, free of negativity. Explore, because judgment is often like we say that saying, a two-edged sword. And what that means is, as soon as you use the judgment on someone else, the moment that you slip up according to that judgment, you are slipping up. It goes back into you, and the same judgment ricochets, and you're left feeling like, I made a mistake. I'm not living up to the standards that I hold others to when I gossip about other people, or I like to gossip about celebrities. That's a very popular, conventional temptation that boxes our own images of ourselves in, knowing that we're saying to another person that they're limited and they're this and that, and then we hold ourselves to that same jury, right? When we make our choices in our lives, we can be free of that and acknowledge the compassion deep within ourselves that's caked under all these layers of negativity and kind of gossiping, doing these kinds of activities that they make us feel better for a second, but they're also very, well, the opposite of noble. We want to choose activities that aspire us to be like our heroes, to be like our role models. There are people in history that held themselves up to a high standard, that saw the ideas clearly beyond transcending all these concepts of tribalism, of this and that. We're all essentially liberal in our beliefs. We believe that all religions deserve to practice their faith and worship according to their beliefs in a peaceful and way that enriches their souls, as long as it's not hurting anybody else directly or indirectly in one of those series of unfortunate events kinds of sequences. The beauty of being able to be free from that entity, like it's an entity where judgment flourishes and becomes the authoritarian inside of our hearts and they inside of our minds, and then they constrict our hearts so we can be free of that and return to those childhood joys that gave us such a curiosity, a natural wonder about what am I in relationship to this beautiful creation that we have together called Earth in the Milky Way galaxy, in this beautiful universe, potentially neighboring in a huge swath of other universes according to the theories of quantum mechanics and string theory and all of these beautiful growths that we're seeing in our science. And we can bring back our calmness to a clarity of, I believe in this, and I live by these beliefs, and I also am given peace from these beliefs. So perhaps writing in a journal, an essay, you can even write in third person about what are the beliefs that matter to you and that you would love to see in a society that can help the society thrive. And so all of these big ideas, they are like bubbling on the surface, and you're right there. You're right there. You're right there about to tackle it and be completely in that beautiful moment, living faithfully by what you believe in, because things will turn out for the better. Things will somehow rebound and you're better. You'll be able to say thank you for giving me this next opportunity to sow what I believe, sow all of my experiences, and letting those spuds burst up into a full, beautiful blossom where you are in alignment with that beautiful truth that we can all cultivate beauty. And in that beauty, we are in alignment with the truth of creation, that everything is able to become its essence without all of these other layers of stifling anti-flow, anti-liquid fluidness of life, the cycles of life. Look at all of these galaxies forming, galaxies rebirthing, galaxies cycling, everything's cycling. That's one of the truths of our creation in this beautiful life, is everything is cycling like laundry. And you can align yourself with your essence of who you are when you were those moments as a child, briefly experiencing those flourishing moments of joy in whatever activities you took to. Perhaps it was collecting animals or helping a bird with a broken wing, or sheltering and giving care to the world. Or maybe it was being fascinated. Are there ways of thinking that are about to begin? Are there new ways to think about these same problems? All of these kinds of scientific ways of inspiring yourself to jump out of your image of yourself, that jump out of that static stiffness and enter into that fluid water that looks like it's so still on the surface of a lake, but it's so thriving with life and joy. Be at peace with your surroundings. See what you are. See if there's grief. Perhaps maybe you're going through grief or anxiety, or maybe you don't quite know it. Maybe just explore a new movie or try to watch something that can kind of take you out of that like gargoyle sculpture cement, and let the curiosity flow toward the truth of your essence, of your identity, of what you are, and let yourself be a part of our community in spirit. We are energy in this organism called Earth that's completely rebirthing itself, and you're on the front stage, you. And I would love for you to join us into being faithful in all of the beliefs that you put your faith in. Perhaps it's simply science that you put all your faith in. Okay, but let that faith calm you, and let it not make you worry or live in worry. Be a loving neighbor to all of us, and give to yourself that self-love that you definitely deserve, because you're here